What's up with y'all chosen family? What's good with the true stars, the true cosmic beings, y'all? The ones who give this place a reason to live, you know? A lot of people, y'all, they don't have a why or it's not strong enough. So that means that they don't have a reason to really push and go forward in life, y'all. You know, what kills somebody faster is not them dying or a bullet, no. It's you not having no direction. So that's what end up kills you because you don't have nothing to live for, y'all. You need to find your reason, your strong why, because that's what's gonna push your ass up every day to go harder. You know, what I wanted to talk about in this video, y'all, is some things that I do to keep my energy high. You know, a lot of people, y'all, they'll tell you what they do. So that's what I want to do today, y'all. I want to remind y'all on some important factors and important keys that's gonna keep your energy high, y'all. Because for you to truly operate at your highest and your peak potential, y'all, you must feel good. Because if you don't feel good, y'all, well then you're not truly becoming who you say you are, you know? Especially if you're one of those people on retention, y'all. A lot of people want to throw retention to the side, y'all, and say that if you're practicing this journey, you're less of a man because you're not, you know, let's just say you don't get stimulated, you know, and when I say stimulated, y'all, you don't react to what you see with your eyes, y'all. So if a pretty woman comes by you, y'all, and she has the whole package, it's not gonna arouse you as much as it would as if you were living like who you once were. Because you start to respect yourself now. You love yourself more to realize that she's her own person. I respect her for who and what she is, but I gotta devote my time to myself because I'm the only person in control of this body. So why would I waste my energy on somebody else, y'all? You know? When simply that other being can love themselves enough to realize they don't need no other attention, you know? So that's what I wanted to clear up first, y'all. For all the motherfuckers on this, you know, these websites or whatever they like to speak, y'all, talking about how the men on retention, y'all, are the weakest ones. Remember, y'all, the energy that they are wasting on things outside themselves, we harness that and we keep it going up like a roller coaster every single day because we realize that that energy has purpose behind it, y'all. You know, it's universal energy, y'all. So why would I waste that on something that's not gonna help me? You know what I'm saying, family? You must use your brain, y'all, to really decipher what is life is trying to throw at you. Because the universe, y'all, whatever you do, there's a perfect income and outcome to it, y'all. So if you tell yourself, I'm gonna go a long streak, I'm gonna stay, you know, right here and protecting of my energy, y'all, the universe is gonna be like, okay, we will see. And they're not gonna just own you or not believe in you, but they're gonna give you tests and show you things to see how strong you really are. That's when your spirit has to be in control so you don't make no fucking mistake, y'all. You know, I made plenty of mistakes on my journey before in the past, y'all. You know, that's what leads me to becoming this luminous light being now, y'all, because I don't take nothing to the heart. I realized that everything was a test to see what I was gonna do. So I became stronger, you know? But let's talk about it, family. You know, for all the people who are saying that retention is a push to the side, or it's like a dirt puddle that you must step on. They haven't been on long enough streaks to realize what the benefits and the potential is trying to give you. You know, you may ask me, why do you practice this journey? What do you get out of it? If it's not giving you superhuman-like powers, right? But you must ask yourself, chosen one, would you rather live with energy or would you rather live like a fucking battery that's, you know, dead, y'all? But when you don't have no life, y'all, you're forced to get up and do things with envy in your heart because you don't like how you feel. You don't like what you're doing because you don't feel complete. That's what most and 99% of motherfuckers that live today are operating because they don't protect the one thing that God has gave me, which was that universal essence, you know? This video ain't gonna be for everybody, y'all, but it's for the ones who take themselves serious, who truly want to live, who truly want to feel at peace without relying on anybody or anything, y'all. You know, I'm not saying I don't smoke or drink, yo. You know, I do that from time to time, but every day is a fuck no. Because I realized that all I needed was my own aura to give me that dominions, you know? So I will never knock anybody who's, you know, smoking or drinking, y'all. You know, when I used to smoke that herb every single day, yo, I'm not gonna lie. I loved smoking that weed, and still to this day, I still love it. Even though I don't do it anymore, I will go back to doing it whenever I feel it's right, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, man, if you smoke weed every day or you drink every day, y'all, there's something that you are hiding from the world, y'all. You know, you're hiding your potential for who you could become by wasting time feeling that comfort, y'all. You know, weed, y'all, it's a drug that makes you feel already like you've mastered and got everything you wanted in this world, you know, should I say? Because that's what weed does, yo. You know, even if you were broke as shit or you were living wrong, if you was to hit one hit of that plant, yo, you're gonna feel like everything is complete because of how you feel in that moment, yo. That's what weed does to you. It makes you feel wholesome because it's filling your body up with divine feminine energy, which most men lack, you know. So, you know, just ask yourself if it's not helping you, or it's only causing you to be stagnant, or it's helping you waste time, yo. Time is your biggest factor. That's why most men in this world don't act out of purpose. They stay going in the shadows, yo. You know, I'm somebody, yo, that's not necessarily known because I don't like to be seen in this world, yo. You know, I'm not going everywhere, y'all, trying to make a name for myself, yo. I give out a video because I want to help y'all, and then I get off this bitch and I go ghost or I go back into the unknown world again, yo, because I don't need validation, y'all. You know, I appreciate the littlest energy that is received back to me. I don't need it because I give myself that daily, you know, dose of energy, which makes me feel like I am wholesome, you know. So this was my claim right here, yo. This was, you know, a segment of the video, and this is why it's important to hold your energy, y'all, because, you know, if you don't want nothing, well, you don't have to do this. This journey is not for everybody, y'all. But if you want a reason to live, if you want to figure out how deep this world goes, if you want to know more about yourself, y'all, I suggest you stay on this journey, even though it's going to come with challenges, temptation, and a lot of mind power. You will reap what you truly want. You will get a glow. 99% of women will gravel to your feet. They won't chase you, but, you know, you're going to be in their brain like an endless loophole. You know, they're going to be trying to compete with you because they're going to try to compete for your attention. They're going to want you to give them your eyes. They're going to want you to do things to make them feel like they are, you know, there. They don't want to feel irrelevant. But that's how they made you feel when you were at your lowest, yo. And if you live at your lowest now, they didn't give a fuck about you. They looked at you like you were somebody that didn't matter. You know, this is science. Because, yo, you didn't have that power that they felt, yo. Women, they like people who have power. And power is not something that is plasma, darts, and balls of light shooting at you. One day it will happen. But for now, y'all, power is truly what you hold within you. It's your respect, yo. It's your confidence. It's your ability to keep going, yo, when nobody else believes in you. You know? For example, y'all, I don't get a lot of attention on my videos like I used to because of the shit I started speaking, which is authenticness. A lot of people don't live with truth. They live in shadows. They hide behind, you know, insecurities, family. That's why a lot of people can't relate to this video. The ones who will truly get it and love these videos are the ones who practice self-elevation. You know? But think about that, y'all. You know, this shit is really powerful to the soul. I'm talking to the soul, not to your eyes and to your ego, y'all. Because that's only a glimpse of who you are. So, you know, this is why I tell your family, don't worry about those motherfuckers who try to save attention and everything. For a man and for a woman, y'all, you will find yourself. You will love yourself more. And it's gonna take a lot of work from others for you to feel like they are worthy of your time, because you see beyond the veil, yo. You realize that if they ain't loving themselves like you are, it really can't work, because though they are benefiting from your aura, how are you gonna benefit if they don't have an aura themselves, y'all? The key to life is to build up your aura, y'all, so you can attract everything to you. You know? The people who tell you that this shit is a placebo is because them motherfuckers live so physical. They live with no eye, you know. They live with what they see right here, which is a chair. They think what is here, y'all, but it's not. But now let's get on the real video that I want to remind you about, family. But just know that if you practice this journey, y'all, and you don't count days, and you go for years, a long ass time, because you have a reason to do this, y'all, and you're not looking back, the attention that comes your way, the women and the conversations that you may have with others, it's not gonna be from lust, y'all. It's gonna be from, you know, experience and growth. You're gonna be looking at everything like, okay, I get you, I respect your point of view, and when people want to tell you their life stories and shit like that, y'all, you're gonna be able to you know, put one together, y'all, and give them the best solution that they are wanting. Maybe they need advice. Maybe they need somebody who's gonna give them that self-belief. You're there because that light, it will show in your conversations, you know. But this is what I want to tell family. For the people who practice retention, y'all, you're not always gonna feel this way every single day, y'all. You will have some times where you feel down, where you feel this energy is too much to handle. So you might be thinking about giving it away, you know. This is where the video comes into play, y'all, because I have felt in your shoes before, y'all. But you must realize this: you have worked so far and came so long in your journey. Why would you want to look back, y'all? You know, you want to use energy, y'all, to build yourself, y'all, to become undeniable. Not to have everybody look at you with all lies. That's it. That's an ability that you will get no matter what when you practice this, and you're not looking for it. But what you really want to be focused on is your purpose. Why do you feel like you're here? What do you want to truly do and master something that's gonna help you feel like you achieved something in life, y'all? That's what you want to stay on this journey for, y'all. Have a strong reason. You know, would you rather live with a full battery, or would you rather live with a 1%er? And that's the decision you must make, man. Regardless, a cause that you make and an effect will happen, depending on the causes you choose to live for. You know, family? But think of it like this, chosen one. For all the people, you know, who are on retention, y'all, and don't feel wholesome, man, I'm going to tell you right now, man, eat some fruit, y'all. You gotta eat fruit, yo. You know, all that meat and shit, all that flesh is holding your spirit down. That's why, you know, your ego takes control and it tries to feel like it's the shit, yo. I'm not telling you to not do that. Have your times. But just know that electricity is who you are. You are electricity and heat at your base form. Your electricity is your spirit that allows your energy to charge up. And your soul is magnetism, heat, which gives you the ability to take in sunlight, which gives you the ability to attract others without saying a word, because that's a presence that you were gifted upon. Now that you know this is why fruit is important, because it fills your body up with energy. You know, you feed off of energy, y'all. That's why you love wearing things like this. You love being attracted to gold, you know. No other way around that, family. But yes, when you consume fruits, when you fast, when you drink electrified water, how do you electrify your water? You know, you speak light into it, yo. You tell your water that you love it, that you tell it to crystallize you. You tell it to help you and make you see through on all the facades. Crystalline your water if you can, yo. Put a crystal around it and speak your affirmation into existence, yo. So you can feel the energy you gave your water. You know, family? My bad, family. I got caught off tension, off guard, you know, family. But I want to remind y'all, family, that, you know, that's what it is, family. You become a magnetic field of energy, y'all. You know, a lot of motherfuckers are gonna come around you when you have a light, because I'm telling you, their soul is starving for energy, y'all. That's what I'm telling y'all right now, family. A lot of people are not gonna make it to this newer world that we are entering, y'all. The only thing I can tell y'all is to work on yourself, get into proper eating, and choose yourself, man. You know, stop worrying about these motherfuckers around you, y'all, because everybody's out for themselves, y'all. These motherfuckers that run the world has tricked everybody, you know, to give you a synthetic love, y'all. So it's not these motherfuckers that can't love you. They were brain fogged and cluttered by a bunch of bullshit by the people who run this world, yo. And they don't run shit, yo. All they do is give you commotions and illusions, and you feed off of it, y'all, because you're like a fish that they have on their pole, you know. This is what it is, family. Me, my soul is strong enough to break through it and give y'all revolutionarized content, power, focus, and precision, you know. I was at a low state before to where I once partook in things, yo, and I didn't get the results I wanted because the universe was trying to tell me it's not always gonna work in your favor, son. You gotta be a person that enjoys her own solitude. Be independent. Love yourself, man, because nobody will love you like you love yourself. I repeat that. Nobody will love you like yourself because they can't give you love if they don't have love within them, you know? But now that I made my statement clear, y'all, I want to end the video with peace, perfection, and I want to tell you that you don't need nobody else, family. You know, all you needed was yourself. All you needed was time. Give it time for the energy to show, you know? If you truly want to attract the best things for you in your life, man, this is the only way you're going to get there and truly feel peaceful and loving about yourself. Because you don't need nobody else to give you this energy, yo. You already have everything that God has given you. That's why I tell your family, focus. Use your mind. And it will show. Eventually, it will show, y'all. But, you know, this was a video, man. And I just wanted to tell you, man, drink a lot of water. You know, eat healthy, y'all. You know, and do things that make you feel better about yourself, family. You know, cut out arguing. Cut out spending time with people who are not on your vibration because they won't get it, you know? They're only gonna hold your progress, you know? But it's a moon, man. And I'll see y'all, man, in the next video, man. I'll show you, man. I love all y'all. And keep working towards becoming better because that's what's truly gonna make everybody around you feel so fucking small, like a breadcrumb, because they can't compete with the galaxy. You know, you have the universe in your hands right here. You can't see it, but you feel it, right?